Unit 5. Stress. Recording 5.1.
What are the most common causes of stress at work?
Well, usually it's a combination of things rather than one cause. Some combinations are worse than others. For example, a very bad combination is where someone is under a lot of pressure, but they also feel that they have no control and they feel unsupported. That combination can cause severe stress and depression. People in that situation often feel helpless, that nothing they can do will make any difference. And that's a very bad feeling.
Recording 5.2.
How do you help companies to deal with stress?
Well, we help in two main ways. Firstly, by investigating causes of stress, what we call stress risk assessment. The idea of this is to identify problem areas and/or groups, hotspots where the risk of stress is high. Secondly, we train managers by raising their awareness of stress and giving them skills to prevent and reduce stress at work.
Recording 5.3.
Do you think that men and women deal with stress differently?
Yes, I do. Women tend to report more stress. They talk more about their problems. But they usually, in my experience, have better coping strategies. They're better at asking for and getting support, especially from their managers. Men report less stress, in my experience. They don't like to appear vulnerable. The truth is, they are often more vulnerable and have poor coping strategies. Men are not good at getting support when they need it, and they find it difficult to talk to their managers about stress.
Recording 5.4.
I think we should do a lot more to improve our staff's health and fitness. What do you think, Monica?
I agree. There are all sorts of things we could do to help staff to become more healthy and stay healthy. For one thing, we could offer them a free medical checkup every year.
Right, that's a good idea. A lot of firms do that. And how about having a no smoking policy in the staff restaurant? What do you think about that, Tanya?
I don't think I like the idea very much. It wouldn't be good for morale. A lot of our staff smoke. They'd be against it, I'm sure of that. I think we should improve the food. A lot of the dishes aren't healthy. There's far too much fatty food. Not enough fish, fruit, and vegetables.
True. We could change the menus and offer healthier meals. Oh, I like that idea.
What about setting up a counselling service, Vincent? Some staff are under a lot of stress. It affects their work and they need professional help.
I don't know, Monica. It'd be very expensive to set up a service like that. Anyway, we have a company doctor. That's her job, isn't it?
Recording 5.5.
I've got another suggestion. We could talk to the manager of our local sports centre and arrange a company membership. What do you think, Tanya?
I don't know. It sounds interesting, but it could be very expensive. A group fee for all our staff would probably cost a fortune.
What's your opinion, Monica?
I think you're right, Tanya. It'd cost a lot, and I'm not sure how many staff would actually use the centre. Some people say it hasn't got many facilities.
I can't agree with you there. It's got a very good pool and sauna. If we could negotiate a low membership fee, it might be worth considering, surely.
Yes, it's worth checking out, I suppose. A lot of staff might enjoy having a swim at lunchtime or after work. And a sauna is very relaxing, I must admit.
Maybe, but there are so many other things we could do. Things which are less expensive, but they'd improve people's health just as much. Let me tell you about a few ideas I have.
Recording 5.6. 1.
Yeah, that's exactly the problem. I just can't cope anymore. So many people have lost their job. You wonder when your turn will come. And of course, all these redundancies mean that fewer people have got to do more work. On top of that, there's a lot of paperwork, a lot more than last year. The bureaucracy's just unbelievable. And if that wasn't bad enough, there are all those meetings you've got to attend. Most of them just a waste of time, if you ask me.
2.
You can ask anyone in this department, and we'll all tell you that we have to spend far too much time on administrative tasks. But my other complaint is that we have far less freedom than before. There's a lot of control, and our work is monitored very closely. It's very stressful when you feel you are being watched all the time.
3.
I certainly feel under a lot of pressure. I find it difficult now to focus on my work, simply because there isn't enough space, and we have no privacy either. None of us likes to work in an open-plan office. I and 3 others are cooped up in a small area where there isn't even a window.
4.
I love what I do, but the problem is that it's become really difficult to work in such a noisy environment. The office has become a nightmare. You're trying to do your stuff, and then 5 telephones start ringing around you. I'm interrupted hundreds of times a day. We all are.
5.
Well, we all know that the company has known better times. But things really started to go very wrong when Mrs. Anderson, the new director, was appointed. That may sound like an awful thing to say, but I know it's an opinion most of my colleagues share. We need someone we can talk to, someone who will listen to what we have to say. But talking to her is like talking to a brick wall. She never tries to understand our point of view.
6.
As far as I'm concerned, the main problems are the threat of further staff cuts and also the unreasonable workload. We've already talked enough about that, I think, but there's another source of stress in this department, I'm afraid, and that's our new director. I've been patient. We've all been patient and hoped she'd change somehow, but she didn't. She just won't make the effort to listen to us. And whenever she speaks, it is to criticise. We meet our targets, we take work home, but she'll never say, "Well done." It's very demotivating.